Hi Scott, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you, Annesa. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. So I want to start off by asking, what were you doing before your apprenticeship?
So, before my apprenticeship, I was working in a warehouse with the recruitment side and development side, bit of training here and there as well. But being there for 5.5 years, I got very, very close to my colleagues around me. I felt very settled, but I always want to develop and take that next step. So that's why I decided to take my steps away from that company and apply for here. What about yourself?
So when I left college, I did my A-levels and I decided not to go to university. And instead, I thought I'd do a business admin apprenticeship. So that went well, did that for a year, and then kind of changed my interest. I went into teaching. So I was teaching at a secondary school. I was teaching the humanities, so history, RE. And then I got a bit, not bored, but I felt confined with teaching. So I thought I wanted to try something new, and COVID hit, and I saw the world just shift online and technology really advanced. So I thought, right, this is what I want to be part of. So I thought, let me look for an apprenticeship in tech, either software or DevOps, something like that. And yeah, I found DWP's DevOps apprenticeship and I really just took that on and I'm glad I did.
What made you want to take up a apprenticeship at DWP?
I think looking at all of the companies that were out there offering apprenticeships, DWP attracted me the most because it's a department that helps people and I always wanted to be part of something. Whatever role I took on, I wanted to contribute to society, make people's lives better, and I feel like being part of DWP, who is the biggest department in the government, I felt like I would be fulfilling that and it would give me that sense of I'm helping people through my work. So that's why I chose DWP to do my apprenticeship. What about you? Why did you choose to do an apprenticeship here at DWP?
Well, it's very similar to the way you answered. With my previous roles, it's always been about supporting other people. Through my retail roles, through my warehouse role, I've always been that forefront for supporting and helping others. So when it comes to DWP and that they're supporting the entire country, I could not take an interest in their apprenticeships. And I saw it as like an entry into where the company would develop me so that I can develop and support other people. And I just thought that that was so great that I just had to apply.
So when you're thinking about doing a tech apprenticeship, DWP isn't the first thing that comes to mind. You'd think of places like Google, Facebook, but coming into DWP, it's actually a very technologically advanced department and I was pleasantly surprised. The calibre of the engineers, the knowledge that's within the department was really surprising. Seeing the size and the scale of the networks and infrastructure within DWP is far beyond anything that I've looked at when looking into other companies. So I think that really exceeded my expectations in every way.
So for myself, it was kind of different. Like I haven't been in an educational background since university, and that was like over 10 years ago now. So coming into this apprenticeship, I thought it was going to be very similar to university with lectures, classroom-based training, self-development with different courses. But it was actually very different. Yes, there is the online courses and there is a lot of self-learning that goes into it. But the technical skills that I've been getting from this apprenticeship has really helped me excel in DWP and support others in that network. And when I first started, I didn't think that that would happen. So that was a very interesting angle that happened.
What have you enjoyed most about your apprenticeship?
Well, I have to say it's the people in my cohort. They've been very supportive along our journey together at the same time. But it's also coming from the organisation's perspective. It allowed areas that I was a bit stuck on I thought that I was very alone, but it turns out that through job shadowing and reaching out to these other people that do these areas day by day, receiving that job shadowing helped me really get my confidence back into that area, and I feel that that was really good and beneficial to help me along with my apprenticeship.
Fantastic.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I think it's a recurring theme actually. The people that I've been on this journey with, my cohort, the other apprentices that started with me, that were on my team, I think that's been my favourite part, because we've been able to share our experiences, help each other up, because an apprenticeship is not easy. It takes hard work. You do get stuck sometimes and you need that community around you, and I feel like I've had that. And with that, I'd like to add another favourite part of my apprenticeship was actually doing my final project. I took a proof of concept and turned it into something that added value, business value, and I felt like I really contributed towards a wider goal of DWP, and I felt like that was an amazing achievement for me. That was definitely one of my favourite parts of my apprenticeship.
Do you feel like you've had the support from DWP during your apprenticeship?
I feel like I've been put in the best team with the senior engineers, with my delivery manager, with other apprentices. I've had ample support. You never feel like you're a burden, because when you do start your apprenticeship, you come in knowing next to nothing, and you feel like, oh, am I asking too many questions? Are they going to think that, you know, I'm not good enough for this? But the way everyone was so approachable and willing to give up their time, their knowledge to help shape, you know, my journey as a DevOps engineer has been amazing. And the engineering practice in general, you could always go to them and ask them, I really want to do this course to help with my development. And 99% of the time they say, yeah, go for it. I'll ask my line manager, can I do this course? Can I take a day out of my week to maybe do a networking course? And, you know, he'll always say yes. So I feel like you're not short of support when it comes to DWP. Everyone is always willing to go that extra mile to help you out.
Yeah, that's good. That's very similar for myself as well. Whenever I'd be going through my apprenticeship, when I would be doing my apply tasks or to discuss what I've been doing in work based on the technical skills that have been taught to me during the apprenticeship, I would sometimes feel that I'm going on a bit of a tangent. And having my line manager there and colleagues and team members and the other members of my cohort, I'm able to rely on them for the support to reassure that what I'm discussing and what I'm talking about is viable and it is required in that task, instead of just me feeling like I'm telling a story of like, I did this and then I moved on to this and then I did this and here's the pictures to support that evidence. And that I am actually on track and progressing the apprenticeship correctly. So having that support really gave me the confidence to push through the apprenticeship.
How would you encourage other people to join an apprenticeship? Well,
I would definitely say go for it. The road is endless when it comes to apprenticeships. Once you've got that initial skill set, it just skyrockets your career development. You have to put the hard work in, and it is a long journey, but it's just like education. If you stick with it, put the effort in, you will get the return out of it.
Yeah, I'd say definitely go for an apprenticeship if the opportunity arises. It's been the best decision I've made, doing a DevOps apprenticeship. It's challenging, but it's the challenging that makes you really develop yourself. You enjoy it. You become... it helps you progress as a person. So I'd say definitely go for it. It doesn't matter if you have no knowledge. An apprenticeship is an opportunity for you to learn on the job whilst being paid. I can't think of a better scenario.